Right. Okay, very good afternoon, my dear friends. Welcome to today's session. So this is a free online coaching. This is a platform for all the people, those who are interested for admission into PG, post-graduation in various universities in Telangana. So CPGET 2022, already notification has released. My dear friends, listen carefully. Today's eminent resource person, Dr. A. Shailaja Madam Garu, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, Government Degree College Autonomous, Siddipet. Madam is going to explain yesterday's topic continuation. So, Madam, please continue your session. Please welcome, Madam.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So today I'm going to explain about the secretory tissues, special type of tissues. I will share the screen. Special tissues or secretory tissues. Secretory tissues. The cells are tissues that are connected with the secretion or excretion from the plant body. These are called secretory tissues or glandular tissues. Special tissues or secretory tissues or glandular tissues.
Madam,
Very
if
important.
possible, Madam, if possible, please enlarge this screen. Special tissues or secretory tissues. Again, some more. Okay, good. Bound, Madam. Yes. Please, you proceed.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay. The cells are tissues that are connected with the secretion or excretion from the plant body that are called secretory tissues or glandular tissues or special tissues. So these secretory elements may exist as isolated cells or may from a compact tissue or an organ. So that is organ means gland. Secretory tissues are mainly of two types, that is glandular tissues and lattice tissues. So the secrete substances, mainly enzymes like nectar, mucilage oil, these all are secrete substances. They occur in different parts of the plant body. We are observed in the plant body, different types of substances we can observe in the plant body. That may be enzymes, nectar, mucilage oil, etc. So these secretory cells are of mainly two types, that is external secretory structures and internal secretory structures. So next one, first external secretory structures. Tissues have special glandular structures. These glands have excretory and secretory products. Many glandular tissues have been recognized on the basis of position and structure present in them. So these glandular tissues or external secretory structures, these are different types of glandular tissues we can observe in the plant body. That may be different types. That may be first one, glandular hairs, nectaries, digestive glands, osmophores, and last one is the hydathodes. See here, these all are external secretory structures. So that is first one, glandular hairs. So in this picture, we can clearly observe that glandular hair, that may be unicellular or multicellular glandular hair. See here, the glandular hairs arise from the apical portion, has the glandular structure, epidermis, and of the leaves. So we can observe in the leaves, the glandular hairs, these are arised from the apical portion of the epidermis. Okay, so they may be unicellular or multicellular. The secretes different substances, that may be enzymes or essential oils. It may be anyone. So the base of the gland is wide and narrow towards the becomes tip, and the tip is rounded. See here, The tip is rounded and that wide and narrow. The gland is the base of the gland is very wide and narrow. Towards the becomes the tip. The tip is rounded. This is the structure of glandular hair. It may be unicellular or multicellular. Whenever any animal comes in contact with the penetrates into the skin tip of the hair of the animal. So these helping in the protection, mainly these glandular hairs helps in the protection. At the base of the sac, toxic substance is present. These toxic become substances allergic to the animal by causing irritation and itching. Example, trazia. See here, this is protection purpose. So whenever the tip, the glandular hair contact with the animal body, that the time the toxic become that allergic substance to the animal, that by causing irritation and itching in the in the animal body. So example, trazia. In the multicellular glandular hairs, the apex of the hair has cuticle lining. See here, that is the cuticle lining is present in the multicellular glandular hair. When the animal comes in contact, the cuticle lining breaks and the secretory substance is released. Example for the multicellular glandular hair, labiate, cucurbitaceae, solanaceae plants. So that multicellular glandular hairs can observe in the solanaceae. Next, sir, hello? Sir, any problem? Second one is nectaries. So the nectar secreting glands are known as nectaries. Entomophilous pollinated plants secrete nectar through nectaries. So when the entomophilous pollinated plants having these nectaries, that one of the nectar is secreted from the through the nectaries. The nectar glands are located in the floral parts. See here, this is the structure of the nectar glands. So that is staminate flowers, pistillate flower, and nectar spur. This is the nectar glands. We can observe the floral parts. Seen in insectivorous plants. These plants grow in nitrogen deficient soils. These plants kill insects and obtain nutrients from their bodies. See here, very, very important. The digestive glands, example, Pinguicula, Dracera, the Dionia nepenthes. Okay? Dionia nepenthes, Dracera, Pinguicula. So digestive glands are present in these plants. Plants can be called as insectivorous plants. Mainly these plants grow in the nitrogen deficiency. These plants kill insects and obtain nutrients from their bodies. These are the digestive glands. See here. So in the Pinguicula, that special type of digestive glands appear. This like secretions have come out from the secretory cell. This is the stalk cell, one of the supporting cells. In the structure, we can observe that supporting cell and one of the stalk. The stalk cell, that secretory cell is present. This is one of the gum-like secretion is from the secretory cell. This is the digestive glands. We can observe in the Pinguicula, Dracera, these are insectivorous plants. Okay. So in the Pinguicula that leaves, there are two types of secretory hairs. The hairs are 2 to 8 celled and secrete. So that hair without stalk, that is
Madam, Madam, are you there? Shailaja Madam garu.
Okay. So, in the Pinguicula that leaves, there are two types of secretory hairs. The hair without stalk, that is 2 to 8 cell, and secrete the proteolytic enzymes. They digest the proteins of the insects. The hairs with stalk is present at the base, and these hairs have 16-celled apical cell. So, without stalk, that is 2 to 8 celled. With stalk, that is 16-celled apical cell is present in the Pinguicula. So these cells secrete sticky substances which helps in the attraction of insects. So this is a Pinguicula is a insectivorous plant and Dionia, Drosera, Nepenthes. These all are insectivorous plants. These having the digestive glands. Next, fourth one is the osmophores. See here, this is the osmophores. This is the one type of glandular hairs. These present inside the flowers are known as osmophores. So these glandular hairs are present inside the flowers. These osmophores secrete aromatic substances. Example, orchidaceae plants. So one type of smell is coming from these leaves. The example is the orchidaceae plants. Next, Hydathodes. These are very, very important. Hydathodes. See here. Hydathodes are also called, this is the structure of hydathode. Hydathodes are also called water stomata or water pores, through which water exudes in the form of drops. This process is called known as guttation. So the water drops are coming out from the stomata. That's why that process is called guttation. Hydathodes are found in the leaves of herbaceous angiosperms that grow in humid places. They occur at the tips of leaves of some grasses, and example for this hydathodes are present in the Lycopersicum, tomato, and the pistia, and the tropolium, colocasia, and some of the grasses. So when in the morning time, when we are observed that plant leaves, so one of the droplet comes out from the leaves. So that process is called guttation. That is the hydathodes, the water coming from the hydathodes. This is a special structure. Each hydathode has an aperture or ostiole guarded by two guard cells. See here, this is the hydathode. This having the stomatal chamber and two guard cells. Inner to the aperture in an airy cavity below which is loosely arranged parenchyma cells. It's called epithem. Okay, this is these loosely packed parenchyma cells is called epithem. So that loosely arranged parenchyma cells, this is called epithem. The epithem is in contact with the tips of tracheids of a vascular bundle. The hydathodes become active only when the root pressure increases due to reduced transpiration under humid conditions. So due to high root pressure, the water moves out of tracheids. This water passes through the intercellular spaces of epithem and is finally discharged to the outside. So the liquid escaping through hydathodes is not a pure water, but it is a solution containing a number of dissolved substances. That is the hydathodes. This is the special structures, the water coming out from the leaves. This is the hydathode structure. It's a special type of structures, the water secreting structures present along the margin and apex of leaves are called hydathodes. Exudation of water, that process is called guttation, takes place through the hydathodes. This is having a complex structure. It consists of a vein ending epitheme, a chamber, and a pore. The vein ending consists of tracheids. This is the hydathodes. See here in this diagram, you observe that tracheid, mesophyll cell, and intercellular spaces in the epitheme cells. Epitheme is a loosely arranged colorless parenchyma tissue. When transpiration is less, root pressure increases. Result, water takes place in the form of droplets. This seen in grasses and tomato plants, and also that pistia, Lycopersicum tropiolum, and colocasia. Okay, these are example for the hydathodes. These all are
In this, madam, in this hydathodes also present in all Poaceae family, especially grass plants. So
grass plants.
Grass plants also. All plants contain three types of the pores. Number one, stomata. Number two, hydathodes. Number three, lenticels. These are the three types of pores which are present in all types of the plants, especially all higher plants. Stomata is present all green chlorophyllous area, and the hydathodes are present only in special type of plants like tomato and all grass plants. So stomata is protected by guard cells. These hydathodes are always, the pores are always open, does not close any with the help of any guard cells. The epitheme tissue which is presently arranged in this hydathode. And the third type of cells or third type of pores which we can call as lenticels. First one is stomata, which is useful for the exchange of the gases. All green chlorophyllous leaves, green chlorophyllous plants which are useful for exchange of the gases in photosynthesis and respiration. And also the evaporation process like transpiration process also useful in stomata, through stomata. Hydathodes is also very important, which is useful for the water is excluded through hydathodes through droplets. So this process we can call as guttation. This guttation has discovered by Burgistein scientist. Okay, my dear friends. And the third type of pores are lenticels, which are present in all higher plants, especially dicotyledonous. All secondary growth contained stems or even those which they are present in lenticels. So the lenticels which are arranged in a special type of tissue that we can call as, my friends, that the special type of tissue which is useful for exchange of the gases, especially higher plants. After secondary growth completed plants which they are possess lenticels. Okay, right, madam, please proceed.
Okay, sir, thank you. So we are coming to the internal secretory structures. That external are all completed. That in the external secretory structures, digestive glands and osmophores and glandular hairs or trichomes and hydathodes. So these all are completed in the external secretory structures. Next, we are coming to the internal secretory structures. These are modified secretory cells in the parenchyma cells of cortex and medulla. These are three types: these non-secretory cells and cavities and the latex tissue. Okay, so these all are internal secretory structures. Next, we are coming to the secretory cells. In plants, the secretory substances are stored in cells. These are called secretory cells or idioblasts. This is the special type of cells. These are called secretory cells. Example, endosperm of castor which have oil glands are called secretory cells. So that is the castor. in the castor plant, that endosperm of castor, that is which having the oil glands, these are called secretory cells. So secretory cavities, the cavities with secretory substances is known as secretory cavities. They are mainly two types of based on their origin, lysogenous cavity and schizogenous cavity. Lysogenous cavities and schizogenous cavities. So first one, we are coming to the lysogenous cavity. See here, this is the lysogenous cavity. These cavities are formed by the breakdown or lysis of secretory cells. See here, there is a lysis that we are called a lysogenous. So breakdown of the cells or lysis of secretory cells. The secretions of the glandular cells are released into the cavity formed from such breakdown. These cavities are lined with partially disintegrated cells. So that lysogenous cavities are commonly encountered in the families Myrtaceae and Rutaceae. So when we are observed in the Rutaceae and Myrtaceae, these lysogenous cavities we are observed in the two families. These are formed by the breakdown or lysis of secretory cells. So example, citrus oil glands of floral bud in cloves. So sometimes that citrus leaves, when we are cutting that leaves, that one type of special smell is coming from that leaves. That is because of that lysogenous cavity, special type of glands that these cavities are formed by the breakdown or lysis of secretory cells. That secretions of glandular cells are released into the cavity formed from such a breakdown only. So example for that lysogenous cavity, citrus oil glands. Example. Next,
Eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus also, eucalyptus and floral buds of cloves. Three are example for this lysogenous cavity. And one, see here, this is the lysogenous cavity and the schizogenous cavity. When the cells are break down, so that formed the lysogenous cavities. This like, so in this picture, I think it's very clear. So second one is the schizogenous cavity. The cavity is formed by the separation of cells from one another at the middle lamella. So that are called schizogenous cavities. These cavities are lined by intact secretory cells called epithelial cells. See here in this picture that epithelial cells are there, resin epithelial cells. So these cavities formed by the separation of cells from one another at the middle lamella. So that is called schizogenous cavities. These are lined by the intact secretory cells called epithelial cells. These epithelial cells are in turn surrounded by thick-walled casing cells. So schizogenous ducts occur in the families mainly Compositae, Umbelliferae, and Conifers. So resin ducts of Pinus and Mangifera. Example for this schizogenous cavity, Mangifera. Example, resin ducts of Pinus and Mangifera. There is a schizogenous cavity. One is the lattice tissue. So latex is an important plant secretion. It's very important. Most commonly is milky white in color, but we are observed that yellow color and also there that is in plants we are observed that yellow color also. Latex is produced in some specialized cells or group of cells that is known as lattice tissue. In some plants that is yellow to orange colored also. In some it is colorless. Mainly these are two types, that is the latex cells and the latex vessels. In the lattice tissue we are also observed that latex cells and latex vessels. See here, that is the first latex cells. Mainly that parenchyma cells which contain a milky fluid that is known as latex. Latex means that is one of the milky fluid.
Please enlarge,
this is also
madam.
one of the special cells. Sir?
Please enlarge.
Okay. So the latex is usually white in color. Example for that white color milky fluid, that is the latex, Euphorbia ficus carica, and but maybe it may be colorless, Moraceae. In the Moraceae family, we have observed that colorless latex, and in some plants, yellow or orange, that is papaver. Example for that yellow to orange, papaver. Latex, it is a viscous fluid and is colloidal in nature. A number of organic substances like carbohydrates, organic acids, alkaloids, terpenes, gums, enzymes, rubber. So these all remain suspended in the matrix of watery fluid. So when we are observed in the Euphorbia milli, dumbbell-shaped starch grains occur in the latex. Euphorbia milli, we are observed that dumbbell-shaped starch grains occur in the latex. The latex of Corica papaya is rich in proteolytic enzyme, that is papain. In some rubber particles are abundantly seen is suspended in the latex of Ficus elastica, Hevia brasilensis, and Cryptostegia grandiflora also. The alkaloids like morphine and codeine and thebine occur in the latex of Papaver somniferum. It's very, very important. So I will explain again these examples. First, white in color latex. Example, white color latex, Euphorbia ficus carica, and colorless Moraceae, yellow or orange Papaver. So that it may be having the organic substances, number of organic substances are present in that white milky fluid. So that is like carbohydrates, organic acids, alkaloids, terpenes, gums, enzymes, or rubber. So example for that in the Euphorbia milli, dumbbell-shaped starch grains are present. Example that latex of Carica papaya is rich in proteolytic enzyme, papain. So rubber particles are, we can see in the latex of Ficus elastica and Hevia brasilensis and Cryptostegia grandiflora. So alkaloids are present in the morphine and codeine and thebine occur in the latex of Papaver somniferum. The Papaver somniferum having the alkaloids like morphine, codeine, and thebine. These are very, very important in our exam purpose. Okay, some non-artificial lattice is also there. So non-articulated lattice is also there. These are also called latex cells. These are developed from the single cells. So example, Jatropha and Nerium, Vinca rosea, Cannabinus. These are the non-articulated lattice cells. And articulated lattice cells, these are called latex vessels. So these example for this composite, non-articulated. See here, latex cells and latex vessels. So in this diagram, we can see in latex cells and latex vessels. So these cells are individual. Latex cells are individual. These are formed from the meristematic tissues. These structures are simple, initially gradually grow along with the plants. See here in this picture, you can see in that structure of the cells. So they become multinucleate due to free nuclear divisions. These are common in the plants of Euphorbiaceae, Asclepiadaceae, Apocynaceae, latex cells. Okay, next we are coming to the, see here, these are the lattice tissues that vessels are formed by the union of several latex cells. So individual is called a latex cells. So some of the formed by the union of several latex cells, that is the latex vessels. These may unconnected or may become connected laterally to form a one network. So these vessels are also called compound lattice spheres or articulated lattice spheres. Example, Musaceae, Composite. Okay, so already I discussed that the rubber is extracted from the latex of Hevia brasilensis and Ficus elastica and Cryptostegia grandiflora also. So what are the economic importance? See here. This is useful in the storage of food material. These cells are useful to mitigate the xeric conditions in desert plants. Because of the presence of latex, the plants are protected from the animals. So see here, this is the commercial value, latex commercial value, that para rubber is obtained from the latex of Hevea brasiliensis is very, very important. Indian rubber is obtained from the latex of Ficus elastica, and latex of sapota chicle gum is obtained. These are very, very important. Latex of sapota latex is used for the chicle gum preparation. Gatta Parsha rubber is made from the latex of Palaquium. This is used in cables. Okay, Palaquium. So morphine is made from Papaver somniferum. This is the economic importance. Okay, thank you.
Morphine is also we can call as morphine, which is derived from papaver,
The alkaloid.
which is an alkaloid, which is also called as మనం ఏమంటామంటే ఓపియం, నల్ల మందు తయారవుతుంది దీని నుంచి. మనం గసగస
ఓపియం,
ఈ గసగసాలని చెప్పుకునేదంతా కూడా పేపర్ సొమ్నిఫేరం. దీన్ని తెలుగులో రక్కీస్ మొక్క అని కూడా మనం పిలుస్తాం. దాని నుంచి తయారవుతుంది. ఇక్కడ పారా రబ్బరు, ఇండియన్ రబ్బరు మన కాంపిటేటివ్ ఎగ్జామ్ లో అడిగేటువంటి ప్రశ్నలు. పారా రబ్బర్ అనేటువంటిది మనకు హివియా బ్రెజిలెన్సిస్ నుంచి తయారవుతే, ఇండియన్ రబ్బర్ అనేటువంటిది ఫైకస్ ఎలాస్టికా నుంచి తయారవుతుంది. అదేవిధంగా పలాక్వియం గట్ట మనకి ఏంటి గట్టపత్ర అంటే మనకి కేబుల్స్ తయారీకి కావాల్సినటువంటి లేటెక్స్ అందులోకి వెళ్ళి ఉపయోగపడుతుంది. ఓకేనా? ఇవి చాలా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. కాంపిటేటివ్ ఎగ్జామ్ లో అడుగుతున్నటువంటి ప్రశ్నలు ఇవి. తప్పకుండా ఇందులోకి వెళ్ళి క్వశ్చన్ డెఫినెట్ గా ఉంటుంది. ఓకేనా? సింథటిక్ రబ్బర్ అనేటువంటిది మనకు టైర్ల తయారీలో కూడా మనకు ఏది ట్యూబ్ సైకిల్ వెహికల్స్ కి సంబంధించిన ట్యూబ్స్ కూడా ఈ లేటెక్స్ నుంచే తయారవుతుంది. ఈ లేటెక్స్ అనేటువంటిది ముఖ్యంగా రబ్బర్ చెట్లు అనేటువంటిది కర్ణాటక, కేరళ అనేటువంటిది మన దేశంలో అత్యంత ప్రసిద్ధిగాంచినటువంటి రాష్ట్రాలు. సో కేరళ, కర్ణాటక రాష్ట్రాలకు వెళ్తే రబ్బర్ ట్రీస్ అనేటువంటివి కొన్ని వందల ఎకరాల ఏరియాలో ఈ రబ్బర్ ట్రీస్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకేనా? రైట్ మేడం.
ఓకే సార్. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Okay, madam. Thank you very much. Your excellent.